So good evening and welcome to the Exmoor Rider Briefing, weekend Sunday 1st of July, Minehead.
Yeah. Barbarians Rugby Club. Weekend schedule, pretty much the same as what we did in Wantage, but if you went on Wantage, well, I guess you missed out a little bit. But
We did miss out.
We'll just run you through it quickly now. So Saturday, it's a whole weekend, so Saturday we're going to start off 10:30 with a Hope Women's Ride, followed by the 2:30 Hope Academy Kids Ride. So
the Hope Ride, the kids' skill section has been absolutely, well, it's been oversubscribed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's some really top coaching and, yeah, with that oversubscription, seeing all these kids racing around on the bikes, the little Hope Academy bikes,
it's really comforting.
Warms the heart.
Yeah, so registration for the main event then, open, like I said, from 2 o'clock till 7:30 PM on Saturday. But if you're just coming for the one day on a Sunday, it's also open 7:30 in the morning till 9:30ish, or just before the start of the ride.
Past the party on Saturday evening as well, that will be from 5 o'clock, and if you've pre-registered and you get your goodie bag and you pass the voucher, courtesy of Talk Performance. So that's been popular as well, really good.
Going down well this year?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, obviously we're going to be here in football at the rugby club, which is kind of, well, we had to ask nicely for that, but they've allowed it.
World Cup! Yeah. Who knew there was another World Cup? I just thought it was about Nino Schurter, but
yeah,
apparently
there's
22 millionaires kicking a bag of skin around, whatever.
Yeah, and then to chill out Saturday night, and then on to the main event, the Scott Mountain Bike Marathon, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock.
Boom.
Boom, straight into it. If you can be at the start line and lined up at least 15 minutes before the start, just to get yourself in position and get ready for the final briefing. To a certain degree, last year people were a little bit anxious to get out quickly because there was a little bit of a bottleneck about 2k in. We've got rid of that this year. We're going to meander up through Minehead. The lead out's quite unique on this one because we get a little bit of a seafront lead out.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But we're going to meander up through the through the town of Minehead instead of going into the woods straight away, avoiding the bottleneck. So there's no need to panic. If you don't get quite to the start line where you think you should be lined up, there's plenty of time.
Absolutely.
There's a big climb and it's wide open, so there's plenty of time to find your position on the track and get space so you can enjoy the rest of the single track. So we'll go on to the route, then we'll talk about the route a little bit. At this point I think it's probably worth just mentioning what happened at Wantage.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of, well I say a little bit, we had about 20k of route sabotage during the live event, which has never ever happened before. We had people taking arrows down, people moving arrows, people signing people into a circle, which was actually quite good watching that on Relive. It was quite
yeah, Stephen Corbyn was like, quite entertaining.
All that way. Anyway, but yeah, in all seriousness, it wasn't great, it wasn't funny, but
no.
The whoever was doing that, it's not cool, but from our side of things, we'd like to thank you guys for being so positive. It was great, the fact that you just got on with it and rode, and yeah.
I'm so understanding.
So let's go on to the route then. It's the usual format, 3 route options, the mini, the half and the full. And it's the most varied route we've got. It's got sea views, it's got single track, it's got flow and double track, epic climbs, and then belting, eye rolling, hand tingling, hanging on to it, punch ring descents.
Yeah, yeah, there's particularly one. Yeah, okay, I got it.
We'll go on to the punch ring in a second.
Yeah.
Signage wise, as per usual, we use the orange arrows.
Well, they've gone to hand, these bad boys here. Seen them before.
Yeah, always orange. Key thing which was kind of overlooked by our riders in Wantage actually is if you don't see one of them if you're riding along and you haven't seen one for 500 metres, there's a good chance that the course, you've gone the wrong way basically.
Yeah.
So it's probably worth, after 500 metres, having to think about maybe not just carrying on. We did have a stretch in Wantage where riders had done at least 5k with not seeing an arrow.
Not seeing a single arrow, yeah. I always say, the way I look at it is if it feels like it's been a long time since you've seen an orange arrow, it probably is. Get your head up and your bum down, because the tendency is to do it the other way, yeah. And look out for these. We will be issuing a QR code for the GPX or the Google Maps version of the course.
Unfortunately, that might not necessarily be accurate in the fact that we might have to make last minute changes.
Last minute changes on the day, yeah.
So orange arrows first and foremost, but you have got the map sent to back you up if you need it.
Yeah, I think the QR code's really cool, so get yourself a QR reader on your phone, either Android or iOS, and once you download it onto your phone, the distances are overlaid onto the map and it's really easy to navigate then through the OS map. Brilliant function, and for family as well. Yeah.
So the other signage we're going to use are...
what are we going to use? We'll have to cut a bit. Oh, sorry, yeah. So caution signs.
So like so.
Like so. So for me, it's caution. These aren't out there willy-nilly. They're not every 500 metres like an orange arrow. If you see one of these, guess what? It means take caution.
In this case, it's going to be a road crossing, a technical fun descent, or more than anywhere else, you can have drainage channels. So you're going down the rocks and all of a sudden there might be going across a path, drainage channel. So we've put them out there for a reason. We're expecting you can ride a bike, we're expecting you're mountain bikers, or that you are expecting it to be off-road. But these are here for a reason, okay?
Yeah. Brilliant. So we can move on to other stuff. Well, also there's course splits. Are these in front here, aren't they? Course splits. So mini, medium and full marathon, mini, half and full.
As you're leading up to them, you'll have one of these bad boys.
Course split ahead, followed normally by orange arrows, and then you get a little confirmation arrow just further down that you've gone the right distance, and you'll see another one of these in front of you. Normally.
At the split point then there'll also be a marshal, so if you decide to downgrade, for example, if you're going from the full to the half, just get the marshal to mark your number board with a crayon, and then he'll direct you on your way.
Right, so a little bit of info on the routes then, Dave, would be the mini marathon. What distance is that? And talk me through that.
So the mini marathon, we've got 25k in total, 735 metres of climbing, so there's a lot more climbing than we had in Wantage. But with that climbing you get awesome rewards. You also get a feed station and a 17k. It's tailored so that this is mainly sort of double track and nothing too technical. There's some quite tasty bits in it,
good,
but nothing too challenging. So in theory, anyone should be able to ride it and enjoy it.
Good. So for me, from a point of view there, make sure your bottles are charged and you've got enough food to get you to 17k, because obviously there's quite a way in that first feed station. So make sure you've done that. And then the half marathon then, Dave, what's that?
So we're looking at 45k for the half marathon in distance, just over 1600 metres of climbing. Course split, so if you wanted to downgrade to the to the mini from the half, you can split at 20k, and you also get a feed station, a 17k and 32.
Okay, good, yeah.
So it's 2 feed stations on
that
one.
It. And then the full marathon?
Full marathon, 65k, this is a big one, this is the one that's going to test you. 65k, 2,208 metres of that, and 2,208 metres of the best that you'll get.
Best bang for your buck.
Best bang for your buck. 31k is a split point if you are feeling a little bit tired. Cramp is starting kicking.
Good,
So you're a fair way into the ride before you have to cut in short. There will be a mandatory cut-off time which we'll announce on the day depending on the weather. But at 31k is where the split point is, where you can downgrade to the half marathon, or if you're doing a half marathon you can upgrade to the full if you want to, but if you do downgrade or upgrade, make sure you see the marshal and get that stamp. Good. 3 split points, sorry, 3 feed stations on the full, 17k, 34k and 51k. So there's plenty of food out there, but obviously, like we just touched upon, make sure it's there for replenishing, make sure you carry enough stuff while you're out there.
Yeah, definitely. Right, other things to touch on then is the usuals, littering. I didn't hear anything post Wantage about littering, so again, the reputation for being the tidiest, the best, the cleanest and having the most fun mountain bikers in the UK are the guys we get entering our events at the Scott Mountain Bike Marathon Series, so kudos to you. If you take it with you, bring it back with you. There's bin bags at the feed stations. We don't want to leave a single trace apart from tyre marks and a lot of yee-hawing and whooping. That's all we want to leave out of the course, you know. Punctures, you're going to touch on that, Dave.
Yeah, so punctures is a big one on this one. Like I mentioned, I just touched on earlier, there's some drainage channels which are quite square edge, which is you're quite prone to get a puncture on them. There's also big rocks. The one descent is what they call the 3.5 miler, which is, you know, as the name suggests, is 3.5 mile downhill, big rocks, big drainage channels. There's a good chance you're going to get a puncture at some point during the ride. So carry plenty of tubes. I suggest maybe 2 tubes. If you're running tubeless, it's definitely worth going to see the guys at Well Tight, who will be at the venue, where you can get a tubeless repair kit, which is basically some little worms. I punctured recce in there a couple of years back, and yeah, they saved my recce basically. So yeah, definitely worth going to see and getting the tubeless repair kit. It's going to save your ride.
Definitely.
Get it all primed up ready before you leave. It's going to cost you seconds to get yourself back on the road again. Yeah, so punches are a big one, so just be prepared on that one.
Be prepared.
And also, going back into the littering thing, tubes hanging out of the hedge is not really the best.
Yeah, no, that's for trail centres, that's not for us.
Yeah, let's get them back.
Plus they're like £6 a shot, so bring them back with you, man. I won't be throwing 6, 7, 8 quid away, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Other users, other trail users, so it could be horses, walkers. It's a busy area for walkers, so just do what we normally do. Be courteous. Say on your left, on your right. Give them plenty of time, and don't just creep up on them and scare them. Make sure that they're having as good a day as you are. Just because they're not in the event doesn't mean they can't have a good time.
That's right.
It's all about live and let live, and is our attitude.
Yeah, definitely.
There's also some cattle out there which will be thinking that the trails are theirs. You might not want to argue with them, so just go on round and talk nicely to them and you'll be fine. Road crossings, as always, is a big one for us. The ones that we've marked in our risk assessment will be marshalled, but we can't marshal them all, okay? So if there are caution signs out there, there's for a reason. If you're on tarmac or you're on a fast piece of road, it's almost certainly because there's a road crossing or there's something coming up that you need to be wary of, okay? So don't just tune it across. We haven't got power to stop traffic.
No.
Just slow down. Even if it takes you 10 seconds to cross that road, that's 10 seconds that
Yeah. What would you do when you're riding your mountain bike at home on a weekend?
Exactly that. Yeah. Just be careful. Road crossings. There's a few of them are like potentially blind, so that's why the caution sign is there. So if you see the caution sign, be ready to stop if you need to.
Eyes and ears.
Yeah. Eyes and ears.
Good stuff.
A big one for Minehead is barbecues. Last year we had a couple of guys decided to use disposable barbecues. Burnt holes in the rugby pitch. Kind of clues in the name. Minehead Barbarians RFC. They kind of play rugby there. It's quite important. They've got good turf, good pitch.
Yeah.
We had quite a big reinstatement fine last year, so please don't do it again.
Yeah. No disposable barbecues. Just get them up off the ground, isn't it? They come. You can buy stands for them. Yeah. And they do get really hot. A couple of bricks or whatever, and get them up off the ground, isn't it?
Purpose built, portable, standing clear of the ground is the key. Keep it off the ground, and definitely no campfires. Yeah. Okay. It's just going to get us in a world of trouble. We won't be able to go back.
Yeah. And it's a really good venue, and it's ideal size-wise and location. So we need to stay there, and we need you to come back there, and everybody to have fun. So yeah, that's what it's about.
The only other thing excuse me, to note is the overspill car park, which is going to be most of the day parking on Sunday, is about 50 metres just down the road. So just listen to the marshals as you're coming into the area, and they'll direct you into the park.
That's it. Yeah, just further down the road there. Yeah, cool. And it's no biggie, is it? It's so bring your bike up and sign on and stuff like that. So it's not it's not a hell of a track. No. Especially if you're in for 65k later on. For a couple hundred metres up the road, is going to make a difference to the car park. So
no, absolutely.
No, brilliant. Yeah. Right, so we are really looking forward to seeing you in what will be a week's time. Yeah, just over a week now. Yeah, just over a week, so really good. We've booked the weather again. It's going to be toasty warm. Toasty warm. So yeah, bring your sunscreen. Don't worry about your bring your waterproof. Bring a waterproof just in case, because we have the tendency to tow a cloud with us occasionally from Wales. But it should all be good. Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, bring your big smiles. Bring your bikes. Let's have fun. See you on the 1st of July.